JMats here, GenerationD20.com, and we're about ready to start the round one of a pre-release. Wow. He's playing first. I have a way to search up another land, and then I can play something. I'm not going to mulligan, and I may regret that. But even if I can draw one land in my next two draws, it won't be an awful shape. And if I don't draw a land, I'm still searching one up next turn. Obviously, I would rather be casting a Dark Thicket Wolf, and it worked out. So I can get the wolf out there. I'll be able to search up a mountain. I'll just draw a land, which I did. Great thing here is I could attack in and see whether or not he's willing to trade, or, well, not trade, because I'd pump my guy and I'd win. Yep, so sure enough, I can do that. Nice thing about getting a second creature out there is I can do travel preparations next turn. Here. I could do the travel preparations, or, well, let's do them. The downside to that is I would end up having to trade 2 for 1 if he blocks this. It's not in my graveyard, that's too bad. Okay, and that I'm fine with. And with this, I can get a mountain. Next turn, I have several options for what I can do. Definitely don't want to block there, so that is not a trade in my favor. So he's down to 1 card, and I'm very quickly getting to the point where I think I could take over this game. For the moment, I think I go with my Grizzled Outcasts. Because I think he's not far away from having a turn where he's unable to cast anything. In fact, this might be it, might not. Alright. So now I have a 7/7 creature, and now would be the time to get him airborne. Let's see if he has an answer for that, which he might. He could have Smite the Monstrous or something. And now he's at a point where he almost can't flip over that cloistered youth because he doesn't have a whole lot of life to deal with. And my Geist Flame should clear the road to victory. That's no guarantee, obviously, but I guess the nice thing is if he destroys my creature, then I'll be able to Brimstone Volley, so probably either way he dies, sure enough. And that one went really quick. I'm not used to games going at all close to that fast in this format, but I drafted aggressively, really went after those 2 drops, and you could see it there. And this is perfect for land and even having a couple um, 2 drops in my hand and multiple travel preparations, so I can boost these guys to whatever size I want. There is the question of which to lead with. My guess would be that he will play a creature or a spell next turn, so I think I'm better off going with the Thicket Wolf so I can fake the pump to get through the 2. If he doesn't play something this turn, then I would have been better off going with the Werewolf, but yep, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Go ahead and attack, see what happens. Now put out my Werewolf. There we go. So if I had played the Werewolf, he probably would have played that on his turn. Be my thought on the issue. Then I think we might as well travel preparations twice. So that way we're getting in 8 damage, most likely. Yeah, he might smite the monstrous, he might rebuke, he might bonds of faith. Here it's definitely worth putting that guy out beforehand so we can travel preparations again. Now here might be the rebuke that we didn't get last time. Yep. But when this guy becomes a 4/2 first striker, which might be on my next turn, since I don't have anything to cast. Okay. At this point, I can see the the benefit of doing that guy. I can see the benefit of doing this guy. Guess I'll just do this guy and hold the ground with my other guy. That buys me more turns. Potentially speaking, his village bell ringer on that turn might allow my vampire to transform. And he does have an answer. So now I'm really on a short clock. I'm lucky enough to have something to kill one of his guys. Expect a 2 a turn. Next turn I could okay, if I flash back those and just attack in and see what happens. If something dies, well, if my Geist Catcher got through and something died, okay. So it didn't quite work that way. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to use the Brimstone Volley on the Feral Ridge, whatever. But I need to let him pump it first. Okay, that's game. I unfortunately think there was probably a way to win that one, and I just didn't see it. So I put in the exorcism because I know he's got some answers that way. What would I want to take out? Could take out the Kindercatch. Seems like it's gonna be a pretty aggressive game. I guess I want to play first. I would like to have a creature, but I'm okay playing it this way. Get the Cobbled Wings out. Kill something early. Kill something a little bit later. We'll have to see. Oh, okay. So nothing on turn one. And no red. if I do get a red card, I wouldn't be able to play it. And I can't play that one either. But at least I put in that extra planes, so potentially I'm not that far away from it at this point. Probably should use the exorcism to get rid of that, just because one a turn is going to end up being pretty big. Go ahead and get my planes, so next turn I can put out the flyer. And in this case, my flyer stops your flyer. And if I get one more land, my other guy kills your flyer. Good. So one more turn. And then the cobbled wing potentially on the guy who kills his flyer. Seems kind of backwards. Definitely Geist Catcher makes sense for, flavor-wise what I'm doing here. So I want to use that ability. He's down to 2 cards. If I could get a mountain. Ooh. That's ugly. And as ugly as it was, that it might be even worse. Although an unruly mob on an empty board is not the most fearsome thing I've ever seen. So we're in a top deck war. Ooh, and it looks like I just scored a nice little prize in the top deck war. So if I attack in, now he might rebuke. That definitely is a possibility. Otherwise I'm dealing 4, he's dealing 2. I'll be making up my losses pretty quickly. Oh my. Just is not in my favor. Okay, so he'll be dealing 5, I'll be dealing 4. And if I don't, he can't really attack in. So maybe I don't. Maybe I just wait. So I make both of his guys 2/2s. I'm just getting nothing but land. But none of the red land that could actually help me. Wow. So I have all of my plains and all but 2 of my forests. But now it's really getting ugly. It's going to be on a short clock. And I think I just kind of have to man up and go for it. So it doesn't have a rebuke. And then he'll be at 10. If he does have a rebuke, then my guy dies. The nice thing here, I wonder if he has Brimstone Volley. It's deal 5. Plus the 2. Probably so. Ooh, interesting. A board wiper and an answer. Yep, that and no way to kill this guy. Okay, that's GG. I don't think the deck was too bad. I just didn't get the answers I needed when I needed them. Yeah, oh well. So, lost round 1, and I will see you all for round 2 in a little bit.